G'day, welcome, Early Crow, episode 32. Pratty, Paps and I are looking at AFL, tiny bit of NRL. We're going to introduce trivia to this week's episode and, as always, talk a fair bit about horse racing. Tommy, my man, a very big, a glorious win on Saturday at the SCG.
Yeah, it was a massive win. First of all, I'd like to shout out to my man, Naki, Tin. Got his merch this week, so massive fan. But yeah, more importantly, well, just probably not nearly as important, but yeah, big week in footy this week. Well, last week we got the job done against the Giants. Always nice beating them, and yeah, it was teaming down there with the rain there for a bit, and sort of we probably adjusted a little bit better than them, and got the job done. So it was good to get a good win against a good side, and really move forward.
Obviously, it was a big day on Saturday, and you're very much focused. You know, you're a leader at the football club. Yeah, I'd assume the highest paid small forward in the comp. But was there a part of your brain going, this rain's good for Just Folk, or was it just purely AFL?
No, look, I actually didn't even. I had maybe a couple of bets, little nibble on Just Folk, but no. When the game's on, I'm usually not. Especially because it wasn't big races. If it was big races, like I'll get a fixtures runner, I'll be half in the races. But no, it was definitely full on for the footy this week.
How's McCartan pulled up? Is he okay?
Yeah, he'd go through his concussion protocols and things like that. But yeah, he's all going well. Pulled up well, which is good, and just hope he's well. It's pretty much just get himself right before anything else. So I'm sure he'll be good this week, and obviously miss this week for the game, but more importantly, just get himself right to play against Carlton.
And how were the guts Sunday with you and Juz? I saw some potential damage being done there Saturday night with it looked like a kilo plus of lollies.
Yeah,
post-game too. Recovery sort of stuff.
Yeah, we tried to knock off a 1.1 kilo of natural confectionery snacks. For starters, I seen them on the way out at the club, like out the door, so I quickly ran in and grabbed them off the bench where they were. I'm not sure whose they were, but they're mine, and we got through them, so it was good.
1 kilo python and 1.1 kilo bag of lollies. It was good going.
Oh,
yeah. And you had your old man there, who I'm yet to meet, but eager to. I couldn't tell in that last little video. There was a bit of there's a little bit of vitriol in there. Was he there all weekend?
Yeah, it was. I wish I saved the video. I fucking forgot to save it. But they did it's actually a really good thing. All the families come up this week and got there on Wednesday night. They got there anyway. Did all the meetings with us on the Thursday. Got to sit on the Oppo analysis meeting, which was pretty interesting for them. And then on the Friday, I got to sit on the meeting again of training, what we go through. My old man come in the forwards meeting, things like that. It was pretty cool to.
Does he live up a bit?
No, he was pretty quiet. He sort of knows his time and place. On the what was it? I think it was the Friday night, they went out to RSL, all the family members, all the parents, and went for dinner and stuff. And there was all these raffles on, and they did trivia. Mum actually won 2 meat trays, and so anyway, it was about 9:30, and it's absolutely pissing down rain in Sydney. And I get this knock on the door. Open up! Fuck! It's pissing down. Open up! And I get there, and he's just standing there with his 2 meat trays, just drenched. He's like, open up! Oh mate, it was absolutely cold. He was full, but yeah, it was a good weekend for him.
Did he take the meat trays home, or did he let you have them?
No. We got into it last night.
We put up on our socials. Is Juzzy's old man a better kick than Juzzy? He liked his work
length
from the pocket there.
Yeah, Johnson, he loved it, didn't he? Apparently had a strutter. Apparently had a bigger a strut than Justin walks around with after that. So the parents the same.
Did the parents sort of cook you some food, or or did you have to sort of sort them out? Because the way you sort of said, "What do you reckon, Dad?" That's kind of what I'd do about day 4 of Simo being here, and he's not cooking much. He's sort of going, "Yeah, what's for dinner? What are we doing? We're almost out of milk." That sort of stuff, and I'm just sort of thinking your old man might have a bit of similarity to that, but I want some confirmation.
Yeah, he's not too bad. He was pretty dusty yesterday. He was pretty dusty yesterday. He was out on Saturday night, got home about 12 o'clock. He was full. So he was a bit dusty, and he asked me to cook up some dim sims, actually some fried dimmies, but he's like, "Oh, you got any dimmies left or something, or chips?" But I actually ate them all a few days before. But so he had the leftover Thai from the other night, so he's stuck into that.
So you did order in Thai. I knew it. I knew it.
Then,
it's basically like having like a older son there, isn't it?
Yeah, but mum, she's good. She did all the washing and went to the laundromat because I was pissing down rain, so she did really well. So thanks, Mum.
Can't wait to meet him. Oh, how am I supposed to order the Thai? I don't know where the best joints are. That sort of stuff, said.
Yeah, it's good stuff. He's like, just get me cashew nut chicken and basil beef. That's all I want.
This wasn't set up at all. I could just tell by the way you asked him and then he responded that this is sort of what happened.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
But, what about your boys' weekend? Good?
Oh, one of the great weekends all time ever in my life. Auskick Saturday morning, which you were all over, and made it better. It was very different for me because, normally it's just I'm out here by myself doing scratchings and going through it again, but I had to be real quick and early and ahead of it on Friday night. But going to Auskick was glorious. Remind you of being a kid.
Yeah, that's good.
But then to have Just Folk win and the anxiety in the build-up of, is it going to rain? Has it rained enough? Getting updates on the track from Jimbo, from Gavin, the trainer, from fucking everyone else. It's hitting, or it hasn't hit. It's hitting, Rob's it's hitting in Coogee, but is it hitting in Hawkesbury sort of thing? And then it finally hit. And, I was able to get a fair bit out of it too, which was glorious. That was fat, and I watched it with my kids, all 2 of them, Darcy and Len, out here, and it would have been the first race ever, because obviously you can imagine I let rip, really let rip, and because of you, there's a lot of be tough, and he's a sort of be tough animal, he's near the front, so you just be tough. And it was the first race ever where Darcy really embraced it, I think led by his little sister, because she's always embraced the roaring. He used to be oh, be quiet, Dad. But he was into it. We went ballistic, man, for 30 minutes. Then you kicked a goal. They went ballistic for that because we had it on other TV. Just one of the greatest days of my life. And then went in and told Ems, had another beer, just calming down. London Point pissed in at Bow Desert, so we're 2 from 2 on Saturday. Yep. Just really rewarding. That horse I paid 18 grand for and almost won it back there, and the owners are real happy, and Just Folks into the big dance now, Paps. So I'll be coming up.
Really?
Yeah, so I'll put in my reservation now for the spare bedroom. Unless the whole kit and caboodle's coming up, then we're going to need to probably stay at Mum's joint with a 3-bedroom sort of operation just for us with all the kids. But big dance, he's in. Attractable won it last year, I'm told. We ran past that horse at about the 400-metre mark at Hawkesbury, and that race is worth not 1, not 2, but 3 million.
3 of the best. How good.
Yeah.
Michelle stood outside and watched it with me. I had the Swans on the bottom TV and that on the top TV, and Michelle's like, oh, she doesn't watch much racing. She's like, not sure if it's mine. I said, no, that angle at Hawkesbury's cooked. This thing's home. I went off. She went back inside for a little bit.
That's a good call. I went off like we'd won. It was actually closer than I thought.
Yeah, I went off. I thought you would have won by a neck or so or a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I was thinking, oh, fuck, I've gone the early crow here. Imagine if I've gone the early crow with my kids because they fully embrace it. They think we've won, Took them 800 metres to realize it was Just Folk and not Keats. I think every horse is Keats, but... and then we had another winner today. So it's been a fat little time. Sleep deprived, but plenty of winners for the bloodstock business, so life's good.
So a friend of mine's in London Point as well, and shout out to T-Bone, who was obviously messaging me and you as well, Dicko. He was up and about with a couple of other owners getting into him, but we had the main door closed, sitting outside on the deck, had the main door of the back door closed, the washing machine on, the other sliding door closed. Michelle's in the nursery playing with her mum, and she could hear me yelling from outside. Like there was two TVs going on, and I went at because my mate of mine's first winner as well, and Dicko's second horse at Saluda for the day. What a Saturday 15-minute period. It was, literally just folk won. You kicked a goal, and then London Point got the chocolate. So
the last winner was the best. It was a really good little dessert to a beautiful day. You know, it was a good soft win. Beautiful stuff.
Congrats to the Mailbag people. Obviously yourself as well, Dicko. What a good Saturday.
Where should we go to?
Was good on Saturday, Paps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, big Wilbur. Good. He's,
big doozy man.
Yeah, one of his best games he's played, I reckon. So good timing for him. But hopefully he can keep doing that and keep kicking snaggers.
Yes and no, but what a game! He plays like taller than he is.
Yeah, he's
got great balance.
Got good pops, good marking ability.
I thought Big Bad Joel Amati was very good in the conditions.
Yeah, he was.
Versus the defence he had. He's a good player, that whoever it was.
Yeah, totally, yeah. No, he's good. He was crashing packs, running through them. Was good. Good patch there when it was really pissing down.
Our man Chatty Warner, it's like it wasn't wet for him.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he? He was dancing around, having bounces. He loves it. Having pings from 70. That's when you know he's...
Him and the Liz, they take 4 steps and they just want to bounce.
Yeah.
It was pouring rain and I couldn't believe that he went to one-handed bounce and I was like, this is going to go anywhere. No, straight back up to him. Didn't break stride, just kept running. It was like it was dry.
Good teamwork though. He did it. He did a little cheeky sort of like real big inside-outer, inside 50, real Flaresman sort of behaviour. And I reckon in hindsight it was one of the worst inside 50s he's probably ever done. And our man T. Papley stepped up and looked after it, created that contest and made it look like a real good ball.
I had to look like that today. He should have checked side of that and would have went straight in his shit. He tried to do a little inside. He should have snapped it. But it's all right.
Just hung there. But it was a great day for the Swans. It was a great Saturday for everyone.
When do you head over to Perth, Paps?
Head over Wednesday. We'll train in the morning and then head over. So look forward to that. The trip away is always nice to Perth. An extra day. So head over there and it's good. Long flight.
Much chat amongst the boys about the all-important legroom, business class, big Budweiser vacated.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm in business. Just hopefully I can somehow snag it. We'll see what happens. Might have to buy
leadership stuff.
Buy the physio some beers this week or something. I don't know. Team manager. I'll just wiggle something there. I don't know.
Love that.
Was it Friday night when Collingwood played Carlton?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty good game, Pratty. You're a Collingwood man.
Yeah, it was good.
Season's got a bit of a pulse now.
100% it does. I think they're the ones you need to win, hey, those closer battles. They're the ones that really determine how you're going. The last 15 minutes was just turnover city, but for Dacos to be able to get the ball out of that pack and snap that goal pretty casually as well, like it was nothing, was awesome. But I think you and I were chatting before the game, perhaps when they played Robbie Williams Angels. How unreal was that to start a game of footy to raise awareness for Peter Mac Cancer Council?
Geez, I would have been running around bloody. I don't know. I don't even know what I would have been doing. I wouldn't even be able to control myself. I reckon if that was before our game. 90,000 singing Angels is elite stuff. So full credit to Carlton and Collingwood there and the Peter Mac. So it's good.
He's maintaining the hype, Dacos.
Yeah, that goal was ridiculous. I don't think it doesn't do it really justice how actually hard that is. Full pelt, snap it away from the goals is very hard to do, and he's just done it at the big time. So he's a very good player. He's skillful, and it's very hard to do, and he just made it look easy. So
he doesn't feel like a third-year player, hey? Like it doesn't feel like this is his third year in the league.
Yeah, It's sort of like how good can you get, sort of thing. Like I don't know. It's an interesting one. Is he like better at a midfielder or a back or setting them up? Different.
And then he's so clean in front of goal.
Different sort of ways you can look at it. But yeah, he's a freak.
It was a good win, especially considering the umpiring. If you listen to his father, who said they were completely fucked or something with roaming with Brian. Shout out to BT. Like, geez, he pivoted that real quick and real professionally and looked after the great man.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. They're pretty involved. The kids have put him back on the map, haven't they?
100%. When you see him in the rooms after a win, Paps, do you run away or do you embrace it? What's the feeling like when you see Brick Bristle strutting around? You're like, oh, here we go. Like, are you getting amongst it, or are you just trying to avoid him at all costs and potentially maybe go in an ice bath that you don't need at the time?
I love it how he moves through the like change rooms too, like he's the lizard, and he's really like Tony Lockett.
Yeah, 100%.
In his prime, like he's big and thick and girthy, and he's just like cutting his way through there.
It's just real obnoxious as well and arrogant. It doesn't matter who's talking. He's like, yeah, what do you want to talk about? Like, butts off other interviews. It's pretty funny. But no, these days you got to hang around for 20 minutes of the new rules, but try to steer clear of it. I reckon Peter Dacos actually tries to walk near him and get on TV sometimes.
Cop that, Peter.
Dicko, before you go on, what did you think of the win? Like, I'm one-eyed. I thought it was a good win, but if you're a Collingwood supporter, you've got to be pretty excited about getting a close game done like that.
I think they're a frustrating side to not like, because like that was an away game, I'm pretty sure.
It was, yeah.
And like, they just got to show up to that level, and they're going to be thereabouts. They're going to finish 6th or 4th or 7th, and they'll probably play like, Melbourne away round 1 of finals at the MCG. That sort of shit will happen for them. I think they're a while away from it, but I don't know. I reckon they'd be better served if they had dropped off a little bit more and put proper fresh blood through their guts, but they kind of had to on Friday night or whatever it was, and I think that turned them a bit.
Yeah, I think
they had a few injuries, did they?
Yeah, so they had Pratty know the names. Dicko and someone else wasn't.
Yeah,
Dicko and Mitchell were out.
Yep.
I reckon when they run a Mitchell, well, to talk footy like we know what we're talking about when we've got a footballer here, but I reckon when they're running Mitchell, Sidebottom and Pendlebury, it's a bit slow.
I agree. And Bo McCreary went in there on Friday night, and he's more of a defensive player. I was listening to the podcast that he did with Tom Mitchell, and he was talking about how he just loves running and tackling and doing all the defensive things. But I think he just added a little bit of a different dynamic in there because he was that little bit quicker, and he put a little bit more pressure on. But then he obviously went off concussion subbed as well, and I think him and Libba were pretty sick to watch. I don't know if you boys caught any of the Bulldogs game, but Libba, big gash on his head again, and shout out to Libba. I hope he's all right because it didn't look good. But yeah, I think it was good seeing Bo in there. And just something different, and as you said, there was a little bit more speed on the ball. It just made it... Carlton had to guess a little bit, but when it was a couple of the older blokes in there, and they're still freaks, like Pendles is still an absolute freak, but you could just see that when Walsh got the ball and knew he had a little bit more time, and he was able to just take his time giving it to Cripps or whatever, or disposing of it. It was good when we had a bit more pace on through there.
It's quite interesting, the AFL now, too. Like, all the good sides, the better sides are different.
Yeah.
Like... I think if September's real dry, I think that's like Carlton is very much suited because they've got those big thickies up front who are like... Charlie Curnow is... I'd say he's the closest thing to like watching footy when I grew up. As like a Wayne Carey, an Ablett Senior, like a guy where if he's on and the conditions suit and they're playing good footy and like feeding him ball quick, he's like unbelievable.
Yeah. We had a good discussion a couple of weeks ago. Curnow or Cameron. It doesn't matter what age, doesn't matter their age or ability. Like this is Jeremy Cameron. Age, ability, just like now, who'd you take?
Curnow easy.
You reckon? I think Harry Mackay for Carlton is playing like Cameron does for Geelong and getting that little bit higher up the ground. I love watching genuine true centre-half forwards run up the ground and actually take marks on the wing and turn around. Like, I love the way Jeremy Cameron goes about his footy. I mean, he had a stinker on Saturday night in front of goal, but I would genuinely probably choose Jeremy Cameron. I think he's a freak. They're both freaks. They're both absolute freaks, but I just love watching centre-half forwards get up the ground and have 20 touches and set up 3 goals and kick 2 themselves. I love that type of footy.
I'd go Cameron, yeah.
I'd take Curnow, like, comfortably. Anyway.
They're sort of both different, though.
All right. That's AFL. Swans top of the table. Get that up, yo. Probably could be a game clear if we didn't lose to the Tigers. Life's good. Freo this week. Boys are humming. Wednesday flight. They're going to be arguments at business class. Provided they can get through that, they're going to get there and they're going to do a really good job again. Best of luck this weekend with the football. Tommy, NRL, see us sack their coach. What's that like as a footballer? A professional footballer, though. Do you think that you haven't experienced it because the great man, Horse, basically played for North Melbourne his whole life and he's been at the Swans ever since? But what would it be like losing a coach?
Yeah, it would be definitely difficult. It's sort of, I don't know, I feel like he'd be very close with the players, that coach. The way he spoke to the media, he wasn't really sour. He was sort of all for the club sort of stuff. But it'd be hard, sort of getting rid of him. Obviously, they were pretty good. Probably a couple of years ago, same coach. It's a tough one. But yeah, you sort of it's like when I don't know, your mate gets delisted or mate gets traded. You don't see him every day. Something sort of like a little hole in the squad. So it'd be different. It'd be hard. I'm very fortunate that I've only had the one coach because I know there's players around the leagues, and I've had a couple of mates that have been through probably 3 coaches. So I'm very fortunate to have the one, and I couldn't imagine what it would be like rotating coaches all the time.
From your mates and people you talk to and things like that, I'd assume it would create a fair bit of anxiety. You know, like you're Tom Papley, you bring pressure, you kick goals, you do you, they support you, you know your role, you know where you're going for the next 3 years, 4 years. But then if a different coach comes in, well, what's that mean for me? I'd assume that'd be like a common theme for footballers. Yeah,
definitely, especially blokes that are sort of on the fringe or something like that. Like you sort of got your niche there with the coach that he likes you, and then this another coach might come in and not like you. So it's very hard. It's the industry, and sometimes you need a bit of luck where the coach likes you, and hopefully you go to the right place where they're a good footy club, and you can cement your spot and sort of have a good relationship with the coach and playing staff, and even all staff at the footy club. So it's it'd be tough being the Rabbitohs. Obviously had a lot of injuries as well, so it's not just the coaching. There's a lot of injuries there that cause it.
It's sorry, Pratty. It's so different to the AFL though. Like, see how they sacked him, and then next, like in the same press conference, almost like the reporting of it, they're like saying, "Oh, Wayne Bennett's like 2/3 done." Like,
yeah,
it's so brutal over there compared to like they'll also say like, "Oh, Brodie Grundy's come to Swans this year, but he just signed a 2-year deal with Port Power. He'll be going there at the end of this season." Like it's so different.
It's weird, isn't it?
I think the only thing similar recently was the Gold Coast when they sacked Stuart Dew. It was basically, it felt like it was because Dimmer was going to be available. I think that's the only time ever I can think of in footy recently where it's been like you can see the reason why that coach is potentially going on. Do you think Bennett will take the job? I saw one of the Dolphins players come out and actually back 100%. Him and say, he'll go.
Bennett's deal expires end of this season with the Dolphins. The only thing that wouldn't surprise me is if Bennett left in a month to go to the Rabbits, and I'd assume that's what like Rusty and whoever runs there would be doing right now. But they're running 4th or something, the Dolphins, so there's no way he's going to leave. I don't think.
Yeah,
I'd say it's like Winks odds that he's going to coach the Rabbitohs in 2025, and depending on the price, you'd have a little bit on him, finding his way down to Redfern sort of in August or something. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hug the league. Pratty. How's the overall tipping comp going for the early Crow football season rugby league?
Yeah, well, perhaps we can get a little bit excited. Dicko's dropped from 1st to 9th, so that's at least a start.
Me?
Yeah, you were leading on the episode that you missed, 3 or 4 weeks ago? You were number 1 overall for the NRL tipping comp. So you're 9th, Paps is 21st, and I'm somewhere below that. I'm actually only 25th. That's not too bad.
I don't understand what this is.
The NRL tipping comp, where the winner is going to get a $200 NRL voucher that the three of us
tipping
are
every
involved
game?
in. Well, I hope you're tipping every game, and if not,
Have
you
you
probably
not been
just...
doing it?
I haven't done it once. I don't know what you're talking about.
Randomised
All right,
every
so
week.
after
I've
like...
just got the favourites picking for me when I forget. It's pretty much nearly every week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
I
you
was
know,
winning.
You were winning. You were literally number 1. That's scary for all of us who are actually putting time and effort in and tipping. And about 3 weeks ago, you were number 1 overall.
I don't even know how to do it.
Oh, that's astonishing. But anyway, the Liver Sharks, Mitch S. is now currently in the lead. So he's 1 point up on Tang. So good luck. Obviously, the winner of that, excluding the three of us, gets a $200 NRL voucher.
Oh, that's not fair. If I win from not knowing what I was even involved in the start of May, I think I'm going to buy myself an Australian jersey or something.
No, that's fine by me. I think that's a good idea as well. And then what about the NRL tipping, Dicko, for the Lions tipping? We were all just coasting along nicely, thinking that we all had a chance, and then you've brought in Mick at the last stage, and he keeps tipping 3 from 3. We're like,
but also I got to be honest, I was overachieving from the start, and I was just kind of like running, looking at my ass cheeks, like thinking who's gonna I didn't feel comfortable going so good, and I flared up. I went away from what I've been doing last week, and it fucked me. None and 3.
But anyone out there, if you want to make some money on some NRL, follow Mick at the line betting, because he's just unstoppable. If you just follow Mick, and you'll win.
I knew he would be good, and I just wanted to... He's a great mate, and I just wanted him to be involved. Because I think all of our tipping things, like if it's NFL, the golf, it's a good little WhatsApp community and a bit of fun for us all. So I was like, I'll just get Mick involved. I think he'll enjoy it. Fuck it, do I regret that? He's like the Terminator.
Yeah, he's only got... I think out of how many tips is there?
27 tips. He's only got 7 wrong.
And you see weeks I don't know if it happens to you guys, but on the Thursday afternoon, I go, fucking hell, that's really aggressive from Nick. I can't believe he's done that. And then lo and behold, I think Jack Erickson also needs a shout out. Started like one of the worst. He was a disgrace to NRL tipping. It was embarrassing for him, probably for his family and for Betfair. But fuck, he's come good. He hasn't given up. Probably should sort of just back test it and make sure he hasn't just been tagging Mick. But he's done really well.
After round 3, he was 2-7, and he is now in the positive after going 3 from 3.
I think he's tied with me.
Yeah, and me. I think, what have we got? So Mick's in the lead by 2 in front of Kingsley and Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd's good.
And then it's me, you, and Mr. Erickson. Harry's on 15 and 12, so he's behind Kingsley and Jake. And then, me, you, Jack tied... over 500, 14 and 13, and then Paps has slipped to 13 and 14, just under 500 Paps.
And we can also announce officially that the cross has given up. He sort of said the cross is out, so I'd be taking absolutely no notice of the lolly-eating, sauce-hating superstar from the Sydney Swans.
Am I going to get any love? I've tipped 7 from 9 the last 3 weeks. Can anybody give me a shout out if possible, please?
See you guys. Golf. Cam Smith and the Rippers went back-to-back in, I think, Singapore. Building on the momentum. They're up and about, the boys. Did you catch any of it?
Didn't catch one shot of the PGA or the Live, unfortunately.
I caught a couple of shots of, I don't know if it's I'm just thinking it's west, but airport area, worst golfer in Victoria who, I've seen him play once. He snapped a club and we've seen him play today, Tom, on our WhatsApp, and he snapped another one. And he's also claimed 86. Like, I don't know where he was playing. Like, it must have been the widest, flattest deck of all time.
Nah, go and actually have a look. I was reasonably happy with this. It's not Melton Valley I played. It's actually not an easy course. I played Keilor the other week and had 100, and that's flat, literally flat and like open highway. It's like driving a ball down the Hume freeway. But
Are you playing Ambrose or what?
Nah, just played stroke today. Me, the old man, and the brother, and I hit him.
No gimmies?
No gimmies. No, unless they're yay far.
Proper drops or
like Irish drops.
What do you mean Irish drops?
Yeah, there you go, punters. You're playing at home. You can bump that 86 up to about a 92. Irish drop is like fast golf, friendly golf. Everyone's playing the same rules. You're betting. You're having a bet amongst yourselves. It goes in the bushes wherever you thought it was. One shot, drop, and you got a nice swing, nice lie.
Nah,
Real golf
I lost
couldn't
2 balls
find the
all
ball.
day, and
Go back and tee it up again and have your third off the tee. That sort of stuff. So there's an extra shot there that he's not sort of accounting for. I saw one stat that was 3 from 13 fairways. So
yeah, I hit him all over the joint. Don't worry about that.
There was a fair few times that he was going looking for it.
at least he got his fees worth.
Yeah.
No, I hit him well. Hey, you can keep fucking having a go at me all you want. I was reasonably happy with my golf game today. I birdied the first and then thought, fuck, if I can break 120 here, I'm happy. So under 90 was good. Whatever you want to say, call it 95. I don't care. I've hit him well today.
Why don't we get you, like, to Sandhurst or something? We can just sort of get a bit of vision and see. I don't reckon I'd have over under 99.5.
Jesus, I'll take the overs. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm not that good. You've seen me play golf around.
Yeah, that's why I'm really shocked that 86 is a solid number.
Yeah, I've hit. That's my third score under 90. So in the last year, so I'm hitting them okay. I'm getting better. Today I couldn't drive the ball to save myself. Anything within 100 metres was landing on the green. It was. I've never hit my short game that well in my life.
How many games of golf did you play last week, Tom?
Where did I play last week? I played Royal Melbourne last week. I was in town for students.
That's right.
He had 32 points at Royal Melbourne, which I think, did you play off, 11?
12.
I think that's a phenomenal number on one of the great golf courses.
But my wife was hit it off the tee, lost the ball, but should have probably found it. I actually found it in 5 holes later on the other. It's hit a tree and gone sideways, and then I've hit a second ball par.
What was it? That par 5 up over the hill, early?
No,
third or fourth hole.
I was playing east. Just down the back, and there's bunkers.
Yeah.
Par 5, there's bunkers on the. You can sort of hit to the left or clear the bunkers. But yeah, it was a good day. It was a beautiful day. Thanks to my mate Bill. Get me on. It's great.
Have you swung sticks recently, Dicko?
I got beat by I've evolved roll into Darcy rolls 10 balls and I chip 8, and I got beaten today. But we don't start scoring until he wins one.
Awesome.
So it's pretty hard to win here, but that's as much golf as I've gotten in. So but just a shed chipping, a few golf balls, bit of ping pong ball, I was supposed to play last Friday, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I'll be vulnerable if anyone wants to play me for cash in the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks, because I've got to hit off 8 and I haven't played. Ponies. Coco's son. Do you watch it?
I did, yeah.
Watched the last 400.
One of the great rides of all time. She's that good. When she gets a little bit of... If Jay Carr gets a horse that has just enough tactical speed that she can lob in a good spot, they travel for her like they travel for very few jockeys. Another Group 1 for Jamie. Another Group 1 for the Autumn Sun. He's airborne as a stallion of stayers, which I don't know how commercial that'll be for him as a stallion, but he's doing a great job with them. He's a stallion of the horse I had today that won over 600 maiden. So Coco's son's a really nice horse. I don't know where they're going to go with it or how good it gets, but it's a very, very nice horse.
They're going to the Oaks, I heard today on the radio. They're going to Queensland.
Really?
Oh, That's not good.
Yeah, they're going to the Oaks and might potentially run into Autumn Angel, which is going to the same race.
Oh, I just nominated Autumn Miss for that race. Whatever. Is that what my one's called?
Yes.
A lot of autumns going around, isn't there?
There is.
Oh, it's a setback. Anyway, Blackbookers from the weekend, Tommy? Anything of note? Tricky meeting at Hawkesbury to figure out, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I'm going to be honest, didn't watch much at all, to be fair.
Just Folk will back up on Saturday in the Hollandale at the sunny coast. Mark Zara is riding. He is accepted and will run at this stage. We'll pull a bod on him, make sure he's perfect and happy. But the plan is to back him up into that race.
Where'd you watch Just Folk on the weekend, Dicko? It was in the shed, wasn't it?
Yeah. Couldn't go. Like, it's too hard at the moment. I wish I could have gone, but...
And you said you roared it. What level of decibels are we talking when that thing hit the straight and was in front?
Maximum. As loud as I can go. Went ballistic. Means everything to me,
Yeah. What did you pay for it?
$199,000.
Yeah. And it's won over 400, did I see?
441. So... It's won 2 Group 3s now. And when I won the first one, I didn't even roar it because I was with Das, like I was saying at the start. We were at the races at Caulfield. I didn't want to scare the shit out of him, basically. But it's just like relief. Because you're like, like the boys and girls who have backed me and bought into this horse, I've done what I said we could do. The other day, it's just like fucking, just roaring. Plus, I had a fairly good go at the horse, so...
Yep.
The last bet I had on him was like not long before he raced, and I think we took $9 something, and he started $6.50. So not only did I win, but I beat SP, so I just felt even better, safe and warm and happy.
I think BSP was shorter than the tote in the end as well, so people have cleaned up late on Betfair. Love it. Did you see any of those runners that you tipped in Adelaide? Have you seen the run of Sun Tzu, perhaps?
No, I didn't.
Do yourself a favour, do not go back and watch it.
Oh, God.
Got done on the line. NRG Roof Plumbing on one of our socials tipped the winner. Old Classy Kenny.
Classy Kenny.
But, it looked like it was winning from the 400, and just the last 50 metres, it just started paddling, and then, no good from there. But did you have any Blackbookers?
We got one away with Perfect.
Perfect, yep, on the other slide. Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Which is flying.
Yep.
Did you see anything that you liked at Caulfield, Dicko?
Blackbookers?
Mullawalk. Ran in race 2, no intent. Wrong rider, wrong race, wrong shape. Nice horse. Moonee Valley, Caulfield only. Big bets, or Adelaide, but just don't want to see it at Flemington. I think that Euphoric's ready to win a race too.
Yep.
It couldn't win from where it was. Probably Euphoric and Mullawalk are the 2 horses that didn't win on Saturday at Caulfield that I think you can black book and try and get something out of next time.
Before you jump into trivia, Dicko, we did have we put a post out on socials to see if you could tip a winner, and a few people did. So shout out to as I said, NRG Roof Plumbing, AJ.
Very close to the deadline.
Yeah, very, very close to the deadline. About 10 minutes beforehand, tipped Classy Kenny to knock off Sun Tzu, which was a pain. Bailey must have listened to the show. Bailey Gray, he tipped Just Folk. What a man.
Smart.
Jay Doolan tipped Swartz, race 7 at Hawkesbury. Did you catch that?
One well.
It was one well. It was a very good ride too. And then Andrews tipped Antino up in Brisbane in race 8. So very, very good tipping there by a few of our listeners.
So the Just Folk was the biggest price? Or
Just
Kenny?
Folk was the biggest price, correct.
Full credit to him.
Yep. Must listen.
All right, you two. You ready?
What are we doing here, Dicko?
We're doing a quiz. All right, so here's the rules. So you're playing at home. You just got to be honest with yourself, all right? This is going to, no edit. We're going to start. We're going to finish. And I encourage you to do it, and I hope you win. You two have to say your name. Then you get first crack at the answer. You got 1 crack each. So once Pratty buzzes in real quick and gets it wrong, Tommy can take his time
and
come in with an answer. We've got 10 questions. There's a couple of bonus points to a couple of questions. Are you boys ready to play?
Let's do
Ready
it.
to go.
First question. In the late 90s, Sydney
Were you born,
Swans.
Paps? Were you born in the
Pratty,
late
I
90s?
will deduct points if you speak over the quizmaster.
Done.
So show a little bit of respect, please.
Go again then.
In the late 90s, the Sydney Swans, who wore number 5?
Pratty. Melcheski? Is that 1-0?
No,
That's-
he wore number 9, and it wasn't in the late 90s.
All right, there
Wait,
you go.
he's not 50. 60. What the fuck?
I got no idea then. Go on, Paps.
Dunkley.
Who?
Dunkley.
Wore number 6. Craig
Oh.
O'Brien.
Oh, fuck. I've
Never
never
heard of
even
him,
heard of
mate.
Craig
You gotta-
O'Brien.
Mate, you got to realise that I'm born in 1996. not
This is what I said at the start.
1980
You wanted to deduct points.
That's what I wanted.
This is what I said at the start.
In racing terms, question number 2. In racing terms, a furlong is how far?
Pratty.
200. Oh.
200.
Pratty 1. Tom 0.
Let's go.
Did John Horse Longmire ever win a Coleman medal?
Tom. No.
Wrong.
Pratty. Yes.
For a bonus point, either of you can come in here. Whoa, this is so good to cut
This
that
is
off.
going to be... I don't even know when he played. This is going to be grouse.
Which year did he win it?
Pratty. 86.
Wrong.
95.
Wrong.
What year was it?
It was like 1990 or something.
See, the quizmaster doesn't know the answers?
Oh, no, it's not either of those two.
Fair enough.
Kenny Powers of Eastbound and Down fame is played by which actor?
I don't do movies.
Yeah, I don't. That's no good for me.
Which brand of cigarettes does PG Moody smoke?
Pratty. Benson Hedges Smooth.
Pratty 3, correct.
Mate, my thing's gone flat here. It says it's...
Oh, here we go. Turn it up, punters. Turn it up, punters.
I wouldn't have got that anyway. Shit question.
Oh,
So am I 3 from 4, Dicko, or 5?
3-0. Who won the Golden Slipper in 2020?
Tom. Red Zale.
The slipper.
Didn't
Oh,
run.
Not the Everest.
Oh, fuck. I'm fucking
This is the-
nowhere.
Pratty, you got a crack at it?
Was it Stay Inside?
No.
No. Who was it?
Farnan.
No.
I got to soften those questions for next week.
I can't be beaten, so...
Final question. Which year did Cameron Smith win the Open? His only major.
Pratty. 21?
Wrong.
22.
Tom, to get off the nudie run.
22.
Bang. Tom, 2 bonus points on here. This is the last question. You get them both right, we'll tie this.
So it's Paps only guessing.
Yeah. Who runs second and third to him when he won?
Fucking John Rahm.
Nah, you're out, mate.
Rory?
Cam Young and Rory, second and third. Righto, Pratty takes out the inaugural quiz. If someone listening to this hasn't knocked them off, I'll be staggered. I kept a couple up my sleeve, but I could tell they were just going to get dot ball answers. So that's our first ever attempt at a quiz. I hope you enjoyed it if you're listening at home. Tom didn't like it at all, but that might be great content. We'll find out. You let us know in the comments.
Rightio, on to viewer questions. We'll start with you, Paps, and then Dicko, you can answer. This is from Gracie. Your favourite goal? She hasn't put any more context around that. So, Either one you've kicked or one you've seen someone kick. What's your favourite?
One I've kicked would be against Geelong a few years ago. Crumbed it in the forward 50 and went to the left and put us in front on the left, so it was nice. Then we won the game, so late in the last, so I'll take that one.
Elite.
Probably my most favourite would be that I had in kick was Malcheski in the grand final.
My favourite Swans goal would be Adam Good's goal that day. When he roved the pack 45 out and just did an end over and grubber the whole way.
Yeah.
That was glorious.
This one is from Seb. Paps, are you any chance at joining the TN crew and running those out on game day?
No, I'll leave that to Chatty Warner. I'll stick to my Nike Phantoms. They're good to me, so they're good. The Reds. I'm running the Red at the moment. They're nice.
What footy boots did you run around with, Dicko, back in the day?
Dicko's probably like an X-Blade, crook set up.
Fucking here we go. Favourite ever boots I had were the Puma
Kings?
Nah, the Nick Davis's boots. They were this Puma snakeskin boots. They were so good, and I got 6 pairs of them after 2 weeks of them. I was like, these are the best, Dad, and we went and just stocked up on them.
Love it.
Got 3 pairs in size, say I was a 10, I was 15 or 16, and then 3 pairs in the sizes up. Smart back then.
That is not a bad idea, actually.
Puma snakeskins. I don't know what they were called. That's what I called them. A long time ago.
And then last question of the night from Marcus. Perhaps can you give us an insight into how tight the Swans are? You look like a real family and that you're enjoying playing your footy this year. Yeah,
it is. It's sort of a bit different to the Melbourne clubs, as everyone sort of comes from Melbourne and different states to play for the Swans, and you put in housing programs at the start from a young age, and you become pretty close at a young age, and then you sort of grow up and you live together and go to work every day together and go out together. And not many blokes have mates outside of footy, so it's they're just your mates in Sydney, and you hang around with them every day, and you can't get enough of them. So it's pretty advantageous, I think, when you run out next to them and you're really close with your teammates. So it's really good. Really glad I come to the Swans.
All the boys of the club have gotten right around the BlackJack man, the Naki.
Yeah, 10-10.
Why do you think it's become so popular?
I don't know. I reckon it's not just the betting. It's you can just tell he'd be a ripping bloke to have a beer with. You know what I mean? He's taking the piss out of the dealer. He's from New Zealand, his country. He was on the farm the other day. He goes and puts $100,000 on BlackJack when he's hungover, then double downs it. It's just a beast. Obviously don't recommend that at home, but always gamble responsibly. But if he wants to come on the podcast, yeah, feel free to, Naki, because I've got your merch, mate. Maybe might get you an early Krog jumper.
100%. Gamble responsibly, but really respect the way he's going about it. Good luck this weekend against Freo. Big game for the top of the table, Sydney Swans. That's been the Early Crow episode 32. Really hope you enjoyed it. Get around the socials. We're going to have golf. We're going to have NRL. We're going to have the early sly with a bit of NRL, a bit of golf, a bit of ponies, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, maybe even Sunday. And obviously our eyes on ponies on Saturday. So have a great week. Hope you enjoyed the show.